A very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
So, yesterday in the last class, we have seen that Derry replied that he will not change. When I am as old as you, I will look the same without any change. I will still only have half a face. When I become old, at that time also, you will see burnt face on me. There will be no change. It symbolizes that Derry will not change his attitude. Mr. Lamb, so you will change. That is a connotation. So you will, but the world won't change. You may change, but the world won't change. The attitude of the people may be the same, but you can change your attitude. That is the meaning. The world has got a whole face, and the world is there to be look at it. You see, the whole world is a single large face. And the face or the world doesn't look to anybody. We are the people who look at the world. World is kept to be seen, and you are the man to look at it. So who will change? We people have to change. Don't wait for the world to change. Dari, do you think this is the world? This old garden? Mr. Lamb, when I'm here, this is the world. You see, that is a continuation. When I'm here, this is the world. Not the only one, but the world as much as anywhere. Derry, does your leg hurt you? Mr. Lamb, sin doesn't hurt, boy. Derry, when it came off, did it? When it came off, did it? Mr. Lamb, certainly. Derry, and now? I mean, when the tin stops at the top, see, now you see the change in Derry. Derry began to ask some emotional questions to Mr. Lamb. That means the rock is melting. The rock means the negative attitude. It begins to change. Derry makes a friendly relationship with Mr. Lamb. He asks the whereabouts of Mr. Lamb. How is your leg? Whether it hurt, whether it hurts you. When its edge touches your thigh, do you feel pain? Mr. Lamb, now and then, in wet weather, it may hurt me. I may feel pain. In winter season, a simple touch may give birth to pain. It doesn't signify. That is not much important. That doesn't matter. That's the meaning. That doesn't matter. no problem. In our language, it doesn't signify means no problem. It is sufferable, simple pain. Mr. Derry. Oh, that is something else they all say. Look at all those people who are in pain and brave and never cry and never complain and don't feel sorry for themselves. You see, you see, a great sentence which expresses the need of keeping positive thinking, positive attitude. You see, look at all those people who are in pain, but they are brave, but they are brave and never cry or complain. Both the same meaning, cry or complain. Never complain and don't feel sorry for themselves. They do not feel the lack of a part of their body. My dear students, please switch on the videos. Switch on. A number of students are there. Please switch on the videos. See, if you, I think around some months before in Malayalam Manorama, Sunday supplement, a feature had come. Jilumol, a feature about a cute girl, Jilumol. I think the heading was an angel, something like that. If you go to YouTube, there, if you search Jilumol, you will see a number of uh, interviews done with her. I would say each and everyone should. I never tell these kind of things, but this I read in the newspaper. I have gone and I have heard her interview. Jilumol, Jilumol. It is good to hear her interviews. She was a young lady who was born without toes and fingers. No hand, no hand. Only two legs, that is also without toes. You see, a girl child. She studied computer science. Now she is driving car without hand. She is working in a company there in Ernakulam, I think so. These are not much attracted me. Job or studies or driving car, that is not the thing that attracted me. But when I attended her interview, I watched a blooming, joyful, happy face. In her interview, never she spoke a single word negatively about herself. That attracted me. A girl child who is of 20, 22, 23 years old, 25 years old. How can you, the girl student sitting here, you can think, how can she live without two hands? You can. So I remember the positive outlook that girl developed in her and she won the life. No complaints. Last year, we have studied. We aren't afraid of no complaints, isn't it? So that is what it is called. There are people who are in pain and brave and never cry. They are in difficulties, but they never cry, never complain, don't feel sorry for themselves. Mr. Lamb, I haven't said it. Derry, and think of all those people worse off than you. Think you might have been blinded or born deaf or have to live in a wheelchair or be daft. Daft means be foolish in your head and dribble. Think of those such people. Think of such people, Mr. Lamb. And that is all true. And you know it. Derry, it won't make my face change. If you speak about such handicapped people, that won't change my face. If I think in such a way, still my face will be burned face. It won't make my face change. Do you know? One day, a woman went by me in the street. You just to see simple things, but great meaning behind. One day, I was standing there in the street. One lady crossed my place. I was at a bus stop. I was standing near a bus stop, and she was with another woman. She was standing with another woman, and she looked at me. The lady looked at me, and she said, "What said? Not said, whispered, whispered." You see how? And she said, but not said, whispered. Whispered means, said means, whispered. Said means again coming to lower voice. I heard her. You see, I heard her. She said to her friend. She whispered to her friend. She murmured to her friend. She spoke silently or in a lower voice to her friend. Still, I heard it. You see, still, I heard it. Before going to the next sentence, I tell you, because when Derry stands in somewhere else, his attention is that what the people think of me. He is worried about others, what they think of me. That is why he heard what she whispered. She said, "Look at that. Look at that. That terrible thing." Underline that terrible thing. What is the meaning there? That lady never accepts Derry as a human being, even. Look at that terrible, horrible thing that has a face. That has a face. Not he has a face. She said, that has a face. Naureen, do you follow? Not as a
Yes,
human being. That fellow has a face. Only a mother could love. Underline. And Derry already said how he experienced the mother's love. Do you remember? Mother kisses on the wood tree, not the burned one. Even mother could not love his face. Here the lady reiterates, asserts. Reiterates means asserts, speaks strongly that only a mother can love. Ashish, are you there? Ashish, in Kotamangalam or
yes, sir.
Ankamali?
Kodamangalam.
Kotamangalam. Oh, let me see your room so I will be able to know. So I need not ask you. Please switch on the video. Okay, Kotamangalam. Kotamangalam. Okay. So, Mr. Lamb, so you believe everything you hear then? Mr. Lamb asks him. That means you are believing everything what you heard. Derry, it was cruel. It was horrible, Mr. Lamb. Maybe not meant as much. Just something said between them. They might not have intended that much depth. They wanted to speak something about you, and they made a comment. Derry, sir, sir, only I heard it. I heard. Ah, I heard it. What did they say? I know the depth of the sentence, Mr. Lamb. And is that the only thing you ever heard anyone say in your life? And you remember only this comment that the people said about you. Many people, that means many people might have spoken about you in a positive way, but you did not hear that. You have heard only this negative comment, and you remember that comment. You see, Mr. Lamb, how did he speak? Derry, oh no, I have heard a lot of things, Mr. Lamb. So now you keep your ears shut. Very good answer, isn't it? You have heard a lot of people speaking very bad about you. You cannot stop their mouth. What you can do, you can stop your ears. Don't give ears to them. So it is better to shut your ears. Dari, Mr. Lamb, you are peculiar. You are very special. What you say? You are giving me answers like that. You are peculiar. You speak peculiar things. Peculiar here means strange. You speak strange things. You ask questions. I don't understand. You are asking me questions which I do not understand. Mr. Lamb, I like to talk, have company. I like to have company. You don't have to answer questions. You don't have to stop here at all. The gates are open. You see, sometimes you are going for a morning walk every day. Punya, are you going for a morning walk?
No, sir.
No, don't go, don't go. It is Corona time. Suppose, I told, suppose, Achut, suppose you are going for morning walk every day and you meet same people every day. And every morning, what you will ask, how are you? You don't expect an answer from them. You don't expect an answer. As a polite way of behavior, you ask, how are you? If you go to hospital, the man was met with an accident, crucial accident. His both legs are in plaster and it is tied up. His two hands are up with the plaster, with the rods and all these things. And he is struggling with the pain inside. And you are going and asking, how are you? Are you all right? You see, Aditya Sajjan, we are asking a question. How are you? Are you all right? By the sight itself, we know that he is not all right. And we know we don't expect an answer from that patient also. So here, Mr. Lamb says, I am living in this garden alone. Nobody is with me. So I wish to have a company. I wish to talk to somebody. Whether you reply or not, that I don't mind. I want to speak. You see, I like to talk. I like to have company. You need not answer my questions. That's a sentence. You need not answer my questions. You don't have to stop. You don't have to stay back in the garden. You need not stay back in the garden. You can go. The gate is already open. You can go. You can come. No problem. You answer me. You don't answer me. No problem. But I will welcome you to my garden. I will talk to you. Okay. Derry. Yes. But, Mr. Lamb, I have a hive of bees behind those trees over there. Then he brings another picture. There is a hive of bees behind the trees. You see, this is what is called the philosophy. Philosophy, line of thought. He brings it out. Through the mouth of lamb, the author brings out a great philosophy. There is a hive of bees behind the trees. Some hear bees and they say bees, bus, underline, bees, bus. Some people say bees, bus. Those who have studied English grammar, they would say it is a right answer. Bees is buzzing, buzzing sound of bees. Am I right, Meghna? Buzzing sound of bees? Yes, Meghna says yes. Yes. Second, but when you listen to bees for a while, they hum. When you listen to bees for a while, we say bees buzz. When you attend their sound for a time, for a period of time, you will say bees hum, the humming sound of bees. Okay, underline bees hum. Humming means singing. Humming sound is equal to the sound of singing. Therefore, I say my bees are singing. See, my bees are singing. Same act, three ways: buzzing sound, humming sound, the singing sound. Attitude. How do we see the things in front of us? I hear them singing. Derry, but I like it here. But I like it here. I came in because I liked it when I look over the wall. You see, I came to this garden because I like this garden. First of all, I climbed up the wall and looked at the garden. While seeing the garden, I had an attraction towards the garden. I liked it. That is why I am here. Mr. Lamb, if you had seen me, you would not have come in. Very clear, very clear. Because when he met Mr. Lamb on the first time, He was not expecting lamb there. He asked, who is there? I never expected a person here. I thought empty garden. That is why Mr. Lamb says, you like the garden. But if you had seen me here, you would not have come. You would have run away from the garden. Derry, no. Mr. Lamb, no. Derry, it would have been trespassing. Trespasses will be prosecuted. Who told answer that? I think on that day. Punya, isn't it? Oscar Wilde's selfish giant. Trespasses will be prosecuted. So if I had seen you there, and if I had jumped over the wall, it would have been trespassing, entering without permission, trespassing, breaking the law. If you were there inside the garden, I should have come through the gate. Mr. Lam, that is not why. Derry, I don't like being people nearby. When they stare, when I see them being afraid of me. We have seen that. Mr. Lamb, you could lock yourself up in a room and never leave it. It is better, man. Why? You say that if people see you, they will get afraid of. And you do not want to be with people. You want to be alone. Then it is better you enter into a room and lock it and stay there alone. A suggestion given to you. See, that is a suggestion that creates repulsion in the mind of Dari. If you don't like it, you go and say, why are you here? That's the question. This is the way he is asking. What do you say? You don't like the people. You don't do to be with the people. Then why are you here? You go there. Go from here and stay inside a room. Why don't you go? He will not go. He will not go. You see, with the negative words, Mr. Lamb is bringing a positive thinking. Do you understand the point? Do you follow me, Aditiraj? Do you follow me? A negative impulse, a negative shot. Mr. Lamb wants to create a positive thought in the mind of Berry. If you don't want to meet the people, why are you meeting me? Why did you come and talk to me? You can go back. You go. Be there in a room. Lock it. Stay there. You see, you could lock yourself, underline, you could lock yourself up in a room and never come out. Never leave it means never come out of it. There was a man who did like that. He tells a story. There was a man who lived like that. He was afraid, you see. He was afraid of everybody, of everything. He was afraid of everything. So he was afraid of, he was afraid of, or a man might breathe deadly germs onto him. I do not want to speak with anybody else because when they exhale, biology students, when they exhale, inhale, exhale, when they breathe out, they may breathe out coronavirus and I may get it. So I do not want to be with people. You see, at the present situation. Clear now. So a man might breathe deadly germs onto him. So he is afraid of people. A donkey might kick him to death. A donkey, he is afraid of a donkey. Or lightning might strike him down. Or he might love a girl and girl would leave him. So if he talk with a girl, that girl may love him, fall in love. And after that, after a few days, what will happen? That girl will leave him. So he will be in trouble. That is why he does not want to be with people. Or he might slip on a banana skin and fall. People who saw him would laugh at their heads off. So he is afraid of all the things. So he went into this room. He went inside a room and locked it, and locked the door and got into his bed and stayed there alone. Derry, forever, Mr. Lamb, for a while, for a short period. Derry, then what, Mr. Lamb? A picture fell off the wall onto his dead and killed him. He was lying down on his bed. A photo frame fell down from there naturally, and he fell up on his head, and he got injured, and he died. Very laughs a lot. What a joke it is, Mr. Lamb. You see, Derry, but you still say peculiar things. You are speaking strange incidents. You are speaking strange things. Emmanuel, Lydia, Anna Vijo, Rijas, Michael, all these people in the last period I have seen, you are sitting with a biology period, I could see you are sitting with the photo, videos. All on a sudden, your net connectivity is lost. I always think why these people, Nandana, Aditya Satyan, Meghana, Gauri, Aparna, Achud, Punya, Aishwarya, Naureen, all these people never lose their connectivity. What is the problem? Let me ask these people, do you pay extra pay uh, to then internet company, Aishwarya? Do you pay extra? Or do you provide them breakfast or something like Naureen? Anybody? I doubt. There were some people, I won't tell the name, very, very pleasant and sitting with the videos. Even they all also are sitting now with without videos. Aditya Raj also was there, always with the video. Be with a good student. Be with videos. Okay. So you still say peculiar things, Mr. Lamb. I say strange talk. I say strange things to some people only, not to all people. I know to whom I have to speak, so I speak to certain people only. Derry, what do you do all the day? My dear Mr. Lamb Uncle, this large garden is yours. You are sitting alone. And how do you pass your time? How do you pass your time? How do you spend your day? Mr. Lamb, sit in the sun. When the climate is so pleasant, I come out of the room and sit outside. I read books. I read books. Ah, you thought it was an empty house. How some time before you told this is an empty house, but inside it is full. It is not empty, it is full. Books and other things. It is filled with books and other furniture. Derry. But there aren't any curtains at the windows. You see, there are no curtains. See, there are no curtains. Shutting things out, shutting things out, shutting things in. I like the light. No, sorry, Mr. Lamb, I'm not fond of curtains. What the curtains do, shutting things out, shutting things in. What the curtains do, they keep the things which are kept inside the room, not to show outside. It makes a block for the people who are standing outside. They will not be able to see. And the thing is that it shut things in. They won't permit the people to see what is inside. So it creates a hindrance in the communication. Here I would say curtains is a hindrance. Curtains is a hindrance which is created in the communication from the outside world and to the inside world. I like the light and the darkness and the windows open to hear the wind. I like the light and the darkness, both I like. And the windows I like to open. I want to hear the sound of wind. Very, yes, I like that. When it is raining, like to hear it on the roof. There he says, I like to hear the rain on my roof, Mr. Lamb. So you are not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things, you listen. They talk about me downstairs when I am not there. You see, my parents talk about me downstairs when I am not there in downstairs. What will he ever do? What will he ever do? They are asking what he is going to do in the future. What is going to happen to him when we have gone after our death? What will happen to him? The parents are speaking about their worries. However will he get on into this world without us? How will he live? Looking like that, looking like this, with this face, with that on his face, That is what they say. You see, this is the attitude of his or mentality or worry of his parents. Mr. Lamb, Lord, boy, you have got two arms. My dear boy, great thought. My dear boy, you have got two arms. You have two arms, two hands, two legs, two eyes, and ears. Underline. You have got a tongue and a brain. Why are you worried? Why do you think about the worry of your parents? Don't you know? You have two legs to walk. You have two hands to work. You have two eyes to see. You have two ears to hear. You have a brain to think. You have a tongue to speak. Then why are you afraid? This is the question raised by Mr. Lamb to him, pushing, putting, instilling, injecting positive energy into him. You see, you have to see. You can underline there. You can make a question. What does this sentence mean? Make a question there. Right there. Up to brain, you underline, write a question. What does this sentence mean? Question number one. So, through this word, Mr. Lamb asserts, Mr. Lamb instills, Mr. Lamb injects, Mr. Lamb assures that assures a positive energy into the desperate mind of daring. Through this sentence, Mr. Lamb converts the negative worries of the parents into a positive energy into the mind of the son. I think you can follow me, my thoughts. Do you understand? You will get on the way you want, like all the rest. Don't worry, man. You also will live on this world. As other people, you also will live. You should not be worried. And if you chose and set your mind to it, you could get on better than all the rest. You see, if you chose, if you have decided, if you have decided, if you are ready to work for it, second thing, if you are ready to work for it, set your mind to do, set your mind to fulfill your choice, you will be the best successful man than others. You see how much positivity, how much energy is filled into his mind, filled into his mind by Mr. Lamb. Think Lamb himself was a handicapped person. Mr. Lamb himself was a handicapped person. We have to learn much more things from this lesson. Derry, how? Mr. Lamb, same way as I do. I show you the model. You learn from me same way as I do. Derry, do you have any friends? Next question. Mr. Lamb, what a question you asked me. Hundreds of friends. I have hundreds of friends. Derry, but you live by yourself in that house. It is a big house too, but I don't see anybody here. You are the lonely person living in such a large bungalow. Mr. Lamb, friends everywhere. People come in, everybody knows me. The gate is always open. They come and sit here and in front of the fire in winter. Kids come for the apples and pears and for toffee. I make toffee with the honey. Anybody comes, so have you. You see, this is what is his friendship. He told he has hundreds of friends. People come to my garden. People come to my garden. They enjoy my garden. They sit with me in the winter. They make firewood and they sit in near the firewood to get warm. So people come and sit with me. Children come. They play in the garden. They like apples. They like pears. They take it. They like toffees. I prepare toffees and I give to them. And they all are my friends. All of them are my friends. Derry. But I am not a friend. But I am not a friend. Mr. Lamb, certainly you are a friend of mine. Certainly you are a friend of mine. So far, I am concerned. As far as I think, you may not think, but I think you are my friend. What have you done to make me think you are not a friend? Underline. What have you done to make me to think that you are not my friend? I told who are my friends, people who come to my garden and talk to me and speak to me, sit with me, are all my friends. You also came to my garden. You sat with me. You talked with me. You are a friend. What should I say? Why should I say you are not my friend? What thing should make me to think that you are not my friend? Very. You don't know me, sir. You don't know where I come from and even what my name is. Huh, what a foolish thing, sir. Mr. Lamb, you don't know my address. Where is my house? You don't know. Then how can you be my friend? You don't know my name even. Then how can I be your friend? So Derry says, if I want to be your friend, you should know my name and address. You see, you don't know where from I come and even what my name is. Mr. Lamb, why should that signify? What is the meaning of your address and your name? Do I have to write all your particulars down in a register? Should I keep a register of my friends, name and address and all particulars, and put them in a filing box in a book before you can be a friend? What do you think? In order to make you my friend, before that, should I write your details, biodata on a paper and file it? Then I will make you a friend. What do you think like that? Very. I suppose not. Not needed. No, Mr. Lamb, you could tell me your name if you wish. Here, choice means wish. I don't mind. I don't ask your name. If you wish, you can tell me your name, and not if you didn't. If you don't wish, don't tell me. I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay. The rest we will see in the next class. Okay. Thank you.